Hello, bunny. See you. Bunnies are funny. Like if I just sit here and don't move, they'll never see me. uh, so I'm doing a nighttime walk because it has been so hot here in the streets last seems like over a week. So while the sun is bothering people on the other side of the earth, thought I'd take advantage of its absence. It's another bunny. See, bunny. See, bunny. A lot of bunnies around here. They breed like bunnies. So yeah, it's like temperature 89 degrees right now, and it is 9:43 p.m. at night. And I've been using the 100+ degree days as an excuse to not walk, and I think justifiably so. Probably have a heat stroke, but I probably could make it just down to the end of the street and back. Maybe. I did walk on one of the hottest days of the year last year. So, but I've been using it as an excuse. But anyway, I just watched a 10-part series on YouTube from a YouTube channel called Discovering Connections. And the title of the series was, what was it, like living off human kindness for 30 days, something like that. I'll link the first video in the series down in the description, and I highly recommend watching it. It was very inspirational. Like in these days where all you hear about on the news is negativity, and all the talk of the division in the country, it just highlights that there's still good in people. So the premise of the series is these two Canadians coming to America, start off in Boston, and they have to hitchhike, trying to hitchhike clear across America from Boston to Los Angeles. And they have to do it all with no money. So they have to rely on the kindness of strangers to feed them, give them rides, to let them stay in their homes. And it's pretty amazing. Like, a lot of people that they go up to say, like, you're crazy. Like, haven't you seen the Dahmer series on Netflix? A lot of people brought that up. And so the majority of the people did say no, but just about everywhere they went, they found someone that let them stay in their home, or gave them a ride. And it was very inspirational series. I think it deserves to be on Netflix. It's nice to see some positivity in the world. So I thought it was a very good series. And a lot of it is about them just asking people if they can get a ride or stuff, but it's more about, once they get people to agree to give them a ride or let them stay at their house, like all the experiences that they have with those people, and like the generosity of them opening up their homes and feeding them, and just getting to know those people. It was very inspirational. So again, highly recommend you go check it out. Oh my God, I'm gonna get a freaking stick in my eye from these trees. Oh, that'd be horrible. I've also been thinking the I've been into this for a long time. I'm looking at different aspects of it now, but it's basically the FIRE movement. If you've never heard of this, it's financial independence, retire early. So the idea is to live like below your means, pay off all your debts, and then save as much as your money as you possibly can to amass enough to retire early and still live modestly. So there's a bunch of charts. It's basically like the 4% rule. You have to save enough money that you'd be able to withdraw 4% of it, and it would be able to like sustain you for the rest of your life. And I've been interested in this idea for a long time, and I was I forget really who got me into it, but it was instilled into me pretty early. I think it was my stepdad, Don. He was big on saving, and I think he instilled into me like saving money when I was pretty young. So as soon as I was old enough to start saving in like 401k, I think I had to be 19 years old, I started putting money in my 401k. And then I also put money in like an IRA, Roth IRA, I have a traditional IRA. I've got a lot of savings accounts, but all those savings accounts, they've got pretty big over the years. So once I get to 59 and a half years old, I can start taking that money out. And thing is, I have to get enough money to be able to make it to 59 and a half years old. And I guess the different calculation that I've been thinking about is what that number needs to be to retire in the United States is a lot higher than if you wanted to retire in some lower cost country. I've been watching a lot of like travel videos of basically Asia, Thailand, Philippines, Malaysia, and I didn't really know too much about those countries until I started looking into them. You look at like Bangkok, Manila, Kuala Lumpur, like those are like big, nice, modern cities that, you know, when someone said Thailand to me before, I picture like a small village with huts made out of bamboo and rice fields, which those things do exist in those countries, but like the big cities, they're like some booming metropolises, and cost of living there is probably like a third of what it is in the United States. So the amount of money you need to save up is a lot less if you want to go retire in one of those places. And what I was thinking about is someday, I don't know when, I would like sell everything I own and just basically go do a nomad roaming of countries over there. Because you could go into Thailand and get like a 30-day visa right at the airport, and then you could extend it for another 30 days. So stay for 2 months in Thailand, bounce over to Manila, Philippines. You could stay there for, I think, like 3 months at a time, and bounce over Kuala Lumpur for a month. Just bounce around to different places. I don't know how long I could actually sustain living a nomadic lifestyle like that, but probably do it for at least a couple of years. And then I'm gonna turn around. And then at least until I get to like 59 and a half years old, and then maybe I'd come home and settle down, and when I could actually tap into my main retirement accounts. But how long should I keep working for until taking the plunge? You know, we're not guaranteed tomorrow. I don't want to waste too much of my life working for the man. uh, and I really do. I love my job, but it does tie me down. Like, even though I've been working remotely, working from home for 3 years, they won't allow you to work from other countries. Like, I could do my job from anywhere in the world that has an internet connection, but they just have, I guess there's laws and tax stuff that they don't want to deal with, so they just say you have to stay at least inside the United States. So even though I love my job, it still ties me down. And for the past, I don't know, 10, 15 years, 16 years, like since I've lived in Texas, like almost all my vacations, except for maybe like 1 week out of the year where I go like on a cruise with my friends, like the rest of my vacations I spend going back to Ohio and seeing my family. So I haven't really got the time, vacation time, to go explore other countries. Like I get like 5 weeks off a year, and I spend like a week of it on myself, and then the rest of the time spending time with family back in Ohio. Which, I mean, I love seeing my family, but it's, you know, if I was living there, then my vacation time would be the time that I get to spend away from there. But now it's like I have 2 homes, and I have to use my vacation time from one home to go visit my other home, and I don't have time to go see new places. So, just something I've been thinking about. Look at that, they're digging a nice big hole. Pretty sure that's going to be the car wash. Oh. All right. So that's what I've been thinking about. So have any of you that are watching this video ever been to like Thailand, Kuala Lumpur, Manila, like Bali? That'd be another hop that I'd go to. Probably even go visit some places in Vietnam. Bounce around Asia. Probably try to avoid, was it Myanmar? There's kind of some conflicts going on there. And I don't know too much about Cambodia and Laos. But the other places have big developed countries, and I'd like to visit there, at least visit someday. I would, before I sold everything that I owned and just moved there, I would definitely want to go and visit and, you know, scout it out. But let me know if anyone's ever been there and what it's like. All the videos that I've seen have been very positive experiences for the people, and I think it would be cool. There's a lot of different places in Thailand too. They have Koh Samui, Phuket, like all these little islands and, you know, beach resorts. And then they have Bangkok, which is a big, like New York City. It's even bigger than New York City. And then up north they have Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, which are kind of like in a more nature setting with, they have like forests up there. It's a little cooler, although it is in a tropical climate, so it's like hot all year round. Like they have 2 seasons, hot and hotter. They have like the monsoon season where it's rainy. But I'm used to living in the heat here. It's hotter here than it is there, although it's probably more humid there, so I don't know. We'll see. My next trip is for the 4th of July. I'm going to see my uncle, whose girlfriend just bought a house in Gulfport, Mississippi. So I'm driving my Tesla to Gulfport, Mississippi. It'll be my first long trip in the Tesla. Maybe I can make a few vlogs about the trip. I've never been to Gulfport, Mississippi. Let me know if any of you have been there. Oh, I can't see. I'm afraid I'm gonna get a stick in my eye. And then my next trip after that would be going to Ohio for Christmas. So all my vacations that I've planned are going to see my family, which that's the way it's been for the past, since I lived in Texas, since 2007. Ooh. But I have gone on a cruise like 3 times. It was like week endeavors to Mexico. And I have went to Hawaii, my ex-girlfriend, and went to Mexico with my ex-girlfriend. And way back in like 2008, I went to France for 3 weeks with my ex-girlfriend. So I think I've had a Vegas trip in there a couple times. Well, I've taken some trips that don't involve just going to Ohio. Not that Ohio is not a great vacation getaway. Sure, the Ohio tourism industry is booming. Have you guys ever taken a vacation to Ohio? The Youngstown, Warren area? A lot of history there, a lot of history. But that's the main things that I want to talk about. I'm still sweating. Should have brought my headband. Didn't think I'd sweat this much at night. I am a sweater. So I can't imagine myself in like Bangkok in these tropical locations when it's like 100 degrees with 80% humidity. I will just be a puddle of sweat. Whew. All right, well, that's all I had to talk about. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this nighttime walk and talk with Wicked. And let me know if you've ever been to those places you guys think about, or even ever heard of the FIRE movement, financially independent, retire early. Something that I hope to do. I don't want to work until I'm in my 60s. And it's just like, when do I cut it off? What's the point where I have enough? Because if I don't need the money to make it for the rest of my life, what am I working for? That's the whole point, is to work to get enough money to make it for the rest of your life. It's just hard to figure out what that point is. I don't know. So, something to think about. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Take it easy.